Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anointed Lady TV, the home of news and politics. If it is your first time in this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like what we do on this channel, hit on the subscribe button. Also put on the notification bell so you'll be notified by YouTube anytime we drop a new video. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch our videos. On this platform, we drop videos every day and we react to every video that come our way. And on this very video, I will be watching with you. And after watching, let's go to the comment section and drop our opinion constructively. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. See you next time in my next video.
Number one, make I first confess one thing. No, I know 100% support you. Yes, now Sowore be my man. But all my children gravitate to you. And as a good mama, when I support my children anyhow.
Show your children.
But my question be say, when did I not support you first? You tell me, say, Àťťàćk will be your mentor. How can somebody, when he spend our 16 billion, he pay company 16 billion, they can't give us darkness? You say now your mentor. How can somebody, when he sell night, they sell property for free, and that property collapse? People, when they do work for them, they become jobless and hopeless. You say now your mentor, so you can answer me that question. Then the other woman are not like you. You tell me, say, if you enter office, you not go probe these people when thief everything from us. My question to you, Augusta, when they apply for our job, if Nigeria na your company, you can't give out to people since 1960. They call the manager thief and so that your children can't lose hope for life. You can't get opportunity to collect them back. You say you not go put people in play, make it they collect our money from there. That is one question. Then the other question be say, a senator, House of Rep, governor, only 8 years now that they serve for office. The money when they take paid them, it pass money when they put for education. And yet now education now be the future of our children. What do you go do about that salary? Because everybody must collect minimum wage. No head pass one head. Then how can they spend only 8 years for office? They go come collect pension for life. And yet my papa and mama, when he suffer for 35 years, una no dey pay them. Even the peanut one they pay them for retirement. They go queue up, can't even die in the process. Who does that? So you see this money when they keep them for House of Assembly, when they make them they thief, they do everything to enter into power. We want slash them down to minimum wage. Every allowances, we go put them for police. We go put them for military. We go put them for school. Go look at our school. Children go they sit down for inside water, they go primary school. Is that sellers when you go school? Now so primary school be. Now inside water that they learn. Now inside that they do secondary school. Una can't turn our children to non-entity. Una can't say they not do yahoo yahoo. If una not change things, I go tell them make they do yahoo yahoo the more. In fact, none of una now they go come begin they do yahoo yahoo for their house. All of them make
But the question, the aggression is not needed.
Leave me, my brother.
No, my question. Ask the question now.
Listen, my brother. There's a crazy person, not the shame.
I'm not ashamed for you.
Alias H3ආVY, are they shame for Nigeria? You know why? Because we are intelligent. We are smart. Everything where we need to become a great nation, Papa God give unto us. But our case can't be like the woman when they sell wrapper for market.
Hello, good people. AY comedian was live with Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi. Here are the questions Nigerians are asking, and see P2B's answers to those questions. Let's watch and see. You need to see this video to the end, but don't forget to like and share this video so that others can see also. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Thank you. Let's see the video.
I met the British Minister of Development in Africa on Monday in London. And I said to him, when he asked me a question, what is that? I said, it's cumulative effect of leadership failure over the years that we now have almost near 40% unemployment, because about 35% unemployment, and we have almost over 50% youth unemployment. That if you have 15% unemployment in London, you, the minister, cannot leave the office. You too, if you're alive. So we have millions of youths who don't know where the next meal will come from. And you think they can go home and sleep. No, they will do whatever they can to live. So we need to do something to ask and start pulling them out of poverty.
Yes. So beyond you taking care of insecurity in Nigeria, they're also asking you to take care of your own security within the insecurities that we find ourselves in Nigeria. I am quickly going to bring H3ÁVY General to join us, but let's quickly ask this gentleman here who looks like a movie star
Yeah, greetings. I appreciate all the work you have done. And I believe that your presence in the campaign has given a lot of hope to a lot of people. And for me, security is paramount in the country because a lot of our people are scared and they are leaving the country in droves. And if I look at it historically, we have never been secure in that country. And you used to say that you were going to recruit about 1 million into the police and into the military, and I was having a lot of hope because of that, a lot more. And I would like to hear more about that because it's very, very important compared to other countries. You know that full well. Compared to Egypt, Singapore, and other countries, Nigeria's defense posture is extremely weak. And this is why we are having the problems we are having in the country today. So I hope this is something that you are going to address because you've said it before, but I would like you to reiterate it so that we know that our defense posture is going to change because this is something we've never had since 1960.
But I told you, I said it before, that if you go to Egypt, they have about 100 million people, and they have about 1 million police. In fact, in Egypt, they have a special police that is securing the gas infrastructure which they are using in their power generation. They have other forms of police formation. So for me, let's say forward. We have 200 million people. I have 300 plus police, 300,000. I think it's either 320,000 or thereabout. That is unacceptable. You need to double that number. Same thing is what you need to do in the army, in the navy, in everything. You need to do it and do it as quickly as possible. We have a problem where the police don't have equipment to fight.
Yes.
Equipment to do their work. Even the governor of Katsina said that he has visited police stations where he sees about 10 people, only 5 is armed. So it's our military. I've said we're going to review and restructure the entire security architecture, which includes the personnel and everything. And we're going to do it because security is the first thing to tackle. Exactly. That is what will determine all other things I want to do, or anybody wants to do.
Exactly.
If we just solve security, then forget it. It is one thing you must deal with before you can tackle it, whether you want to do tourism, whether you want to do manufacturing and everything. Whether you want to fight inflation, the biggest inflation, or the worst inflation we have today, and it's contributing negative to our inflation number, is food. Food inflation today in Nigeria is #1 as a result of insecurity. So if you see that insecurity is everything, we need to deal with that as quickly as possible.
I appreciate that a lot. If you are recruiting, I'm willing to leave the UK to want to come and join the military there, because I believe that is fundamental to the country.
No,
we have to keep our country secure.
It's very, very important. We will do that.
Thank you, sir. And there is
Excellent.
They are your massive supporter. They are called Niger Watch. They want you to come and visit them because they are your 100% supporter. They are dedicated to supporting you. They are Niger Watch. Please look out for them. They support you 100%.
Okay, Excellency, I've been a major complaint that women are not coming online, and we cannot go and force them to come online. But good enough, we have a lady here, Tèñśiøùn. She just put up a question. She says there's an old African proverb that says, if you educate a woman, you educate the nation. This quote indicates the significance of women in our society and how they can positively influence the future generation. How is your administration going to promote women's development and empowerment in order to dismantle the educational, legal, political, and economic barriers that women face in our society?
Well, frankly, I don't think I'm somebody who have worked closely with women, and we believe that apart from the north, where we have out of school children, where 60% is women and 40% is men, down south, we don't have that problem. What we need is to bring more and more women inclusive. I'm somebody who believes in the contribution of women. I work closely with them. They are more productive. They're more hardworking than men in Nigeria, and they are less corrupt. I've worked with them closely. I was a governor who served with chief of staff as a woman. My permanent secretary government has a woman. Head of service is a woman. Commissioner for local government is a woman. Permanent secretary of finance is a woman. Accountant general is a woman. Commissioner for finance is a woman. So I work closely with them. And I can tell you that totally, Commissioner for education, Commissioner for youth and sports. So I've worked with them closely, and I can tell you, they're very, very productive. If they're determined to do anything, they'll do it.
Well, that's good to know. At this point in time, I need to bring a colleague of mine who operates in Abuja there. His name is Tèñśiøùn, the General, to join us. Tèñśiøùn, the General, can you quickly come and ask His Excellency your questions? Is right here. Tèñśiøùn, the General.
Good evening, Your Excellency, sir. First of all, I appreciate... no, the way you said the General, please. Okay, first of all, I appreciate Sowore for the privilege, and I also want to appreciate you, sir, for granting audience to young people on this platform, most importantly. It would have been 3 questions, but because of time, let me just keep it to 1, maybe 1.5, if you allow me. First, just in case I don't have a chance. No. So I don't waste. So I can get the chance next time from Sowore. Okay, let me do 2 if I have Sowore's permission. First would have been okay. Let me say this: since 1999, when I started witnessing democracy, a little bit younger then. I'm just 34 now. I started seeing people come and campaign. It comes with a very interesting wind of hope. You know, you just look like Nigeria is about to change. Vroom, the person will win. We will now be looking for the hope. We will not see it. It just keeps going and going. In fact, there's a particular one that I don't want to be too specific. The country felt like this was it. Everybody was, if you don't vote for that person, you become, everybody was really going that way. It will come again. Vroom. The person will come on seat and we'll be looking for the hope and the success we're all waiting for. So I want to ask a quick question. This is that same wind of hope blowing, and everyone is believing in it. Two things are. First is, what's different about this particular wind of hope? What's different? What's on the package that is different? That will not look like the other one that sincerely broke my heart, without being too specific. You know, what is different about it? That's my first question. I don't know if it's okay that you get this one first. If I have another chance, I will get to the second.
Yeah, John, let me tell you. I agree with you. But there's a few things I'll tell you. People don't change when they get to power. People don't change because they see money. When people get to office or they're in power, they actually bring out their true character. So don't think that anybody go to the office and change. No, no, no. You know a measure of a man when he has power or money. He doesn't have money, he can be the most honest man. He doesn't have power, he could be the most humble person. But when you give him small power, if you come back, you'll be wondering whether it's this man that has been condemning those who are in power that is behaving like this.
Yes.
I have served a state. And for the day I served them yesterday, I was coming back in Lagos. At the airport, I was coming back with a lady, Tèñśiøùśly, and Nanaka, a lady I work with in a bank, Onome, who is the 49th ICANN president, called the two of them aside and said, "You work with this man?" They said, "Yes." Can I ask any of them? Said, "Go and work hard that this man is elected." I was the chief risk officer in Fidelity when we made this man chairman. This was as far back as, I'm talking in 2002, 2003. When we made this man chairman of the bank, and we wrote him a letter saying he's entitled to a Mercedes 500 and a Range Rover. I said, I have the letter. And he replied us and said, no. And we wrote him and said, you are the only bank chairman that is not living in the island, because I live in First Ark. And every other person lives in Victoria Island or Ikoyi. And he replied us and said, if you let us just fix the time of the meeting, if we don't see him there, then we know that wherever he's living is affecting him. I come to a meeting before even those who live in Victoria Island. If meeting is by 8, I come there, times we stay till 1 a.m. in the night, I go. The next day I'm there before those who live in Ikoyi. In fact, we have somebody who lives on the street of the bank. He has never come there before me. So, office doesn't change people. Neither do money change people. They bring out their true character. That's one. I have served as the governor of Anambra State. Whatever I promised, I said I would do before I entered into office, I did it. I started saying, you who have office of first lady, it's illegal. I will return school. I will deal with the issue of health. I will deal with the issue of this. I deal with the. I can tell you, all of them were fulfilled. Even gone beyond my promise. I didn't promise that I was going to save their money, but I cleared, as at the day that I left, I handed over. I, General, cleared all the outstanding gratuity and pension of over 35 billion that was accumulated before I came into office. I was not owing a single gratuity the year I left. I was not owing anybody pension. I was not owing any salary. I was not owing any contractor or supplier who have done their job. And I've said it, if any of them comes out today and say, I was being owed by P2B, I'll stop campaigning. I signed CFO, at least over 5,000 minimum, land allocated by Anambra State government to people. If you find one land allocated to me, directly or indirectly, I'll stop campaigning. I went and bought my own land to build my own house because I was the custodian of the land. That's why the fact that I was #1 in MDG, the only measure of development, this is not a mark given to me by Nigeria. So they say it was United Nations. If you go and see, comments P2B in his seriousness, like it's being showed now, for MDG, I was #1. Yet, the day I left office, without anybody putting gun in my head, I had $150 million, not naira, in bank for Anambra State. There were 50 million in 3 banks: Fidelity, Access, and Diamond. I have over 30 billion naira without anybody putting gun in my head. For in the same 3 banks, about 10 billion for the Fidelity Bank, for Anambra State, and I have an investment equivalent of 25 billion for the state. Nobody asked me. It was things that I did myself. I wasn't under any pressure. I didn't borrow any, I didn't go to any bank. In fact, the chairman of DMO, the DG of DMO while I was governor, Abraham Wankwo, in send-off party, made me the chairman of the send-off party. He said the reason why he invited me and made me the chairman of that party, he announced it there, was because I was the only the only governor in his 10 years of being in DMO that never came to his office to ask that he wants to borrow money. And every other person came. I was the only person. Nobody asked me to. I'm not saying I'm going to change Nigeria overnight. No. The problems are enormous. What I'm saying that
it's even impossible to change Nigeria overnight.
Where we are now is very simple. We're on the wrong road. If you don't know where you're going, every road will lead you there. So what we're doing now, we get up in the morning, turn right, goes right, turn left. What I want to do is to put it on the right road to development. While I might not achieve 100% result, Nigerians will see 100% effort. And I'll communicate it. I'll be able to say like this and be able to tell Nigerians, this is what we have achieved. That's what we did in Anambra State. I was talking to the people of Anambra once every month to be able to say, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing, this is what we intend to do, so that they can see where we're going. If people are comfortable, what makes the government is that if people know that we're in the right direction, you drive up hope. And once there's hope, people have faith in the country. We go to church today, believing we will go to heaven. None of us have seen anybody who went to heaven. But we have hope. And that's the hope is not having our faith to believe in God. But if we come out tomorrow and they say there's no heaven, then there's no place to go. So everybody's anything you like, you do. Because there's no true hope. I want to give Nigerians hope so they can have faith in their country.
His Excellency, His Excellency, you are the one looking for a job, so you have all the stamina and ability to be on this live overnight. I'm not looking for a job.
I don't know if the company is telling me I'm employed, then I'll be happy to stop. That's how to do it. The others can say, oh, when we interviewed you, we're satisfied with you, you got the job. Then I can go home.
Well, that's a good point. That's another good point. But we're privileged to have two ladies in our midst. And before we lose them, and before they will now say AY live session with you was all a male affair, I'm privileged to have here two ladies, and I believe they have their questions ready that they are going to be asking. I see.
Very important
to
allow the ladies to talk.
Madam, I greet
Yes,
you
sir.
specially. Okay, good.
Onyovo area.
Hey, Onyovo, Mavo Jerry.
Grand level.
Obu and Tori, on my wife Gary.
Ino toto atoiri mama the verse.
Hey, Mama, Oya, fire down.
Papa, I want verse. Let me para for you.
I
Papa,
beg you no verse. And they look for job.
you dey look for job, so I want para for you because na me be area mama, Madam H3ආVY, the advocates of the youth, the advocates of the teenager, and the advocates of the children. I am a voice of the African child. I'm a voice of the African teenager. I'm a voice of our African youth. Permit me to say, una thief our destiny. Una can't give us hopelessness. Una can't give up poverty and lack. And because we won't survive, we can't become Yahoo.
Which one? What question are you asking?
No worry, make I finish. I will ask my question.
The person that has come in, or the person that has been there, or the person that is campaigning to
everybody
come
now
in?
since 1960. Now that they thief us. They can't turn us to Yahoo boys and girls. They turn us to Boko Haram. They turn us to kidnapper. They turn us to all these things where Papa God not create us to be. So, as you want, make we give you job. So, West, we want to know your plan for us. Because when Boo Boo go to where for CNN, they ask and say, the youth population is growing. What is your plan for your youth population? You can't begin to tell us about climate change. Now that day my head scatter say, these people not even get us on the agenda at all. And now, before you come, in 2019, when I wanted to start my charity organization, when I heard it clearly from the Lord that I need to join forces to go and build a new Nigeria, I was asking, where do I start from? But he told me clearly, a new Nigeria is possible. So when in 2022, you come and shout a new Nigeria, I know that I hear from Papa God very well. So my question to you be say, number one, make I first confess one thing, no. I know 100% support you. Yes, now Sowore be my man. But all my children gravitate to you. And as a good mama, when I support my children anyhow.
Show your children.
But my question be say, when did I not support you first? You tell me, say, Àťťàćk be your mentor. How can somebody, when he spend our 16 billion, he pay company 16 billion, they can't give us darkness. You say now your mentor. How can somebody, when he say night, they sell property for free, and that property collapse? People, when they do work for them, they become jobless and hopeless. You say now your mentor, so you can answer me that question. Then the other one, I'm not like you. You tell me, say, if you enter office, you not go probe these people when thief everything from us. My question to you, Augusta, when they apply for our job, if Nigeria na your company, you can't give out to people since 1960. They call the manager thief and so that your children can't lose hope for life. You can't get opportunity to collect them back. You say you not go put people in play, make it they collect our money from there. That is one question. Then the other question be say, a senator, House of Rep, governor, only 8 years now that they serve for office. The money where they take paid them, he pass money when they put for education. And yet now education now be the future of our children. What do you go do about that salary? Because everybody must collect minimum wage. No head pass one head. Then how can they spend only 8 years for office? They go come collect pension for life. And yet my papa and mama, when you suffer for 35 years, una no dey pay them. Even the peanut one they pay them for retirement. They go queue up, can't even die in the process. Who does that? So you see this money when they keep them for House of Assembly, when they make them they thief, they do everything to enter into power. We want slash them down to minimum wage. Every allowances, we go put them for police. We go put them for military. We go put them for school. Go look at our school. Children go they sit down for inside water, they go primary school. Is that sellers when you go school? Now so primary school be. Now inside water that they learn. Now inside that they do secondary school. Una can't turn our children to non-entity. Una can't say me they not do yahoo yahoo. If una not change things, I go tell them make they do yahoo yahoo the more. In fact, none of una now they go come begin they do yahoo yahoo for their house. All of them make
But the aggression is not needed.
Leave me, my brother.
No, my question. Ask the question now.
Listen, my brother. There's a crazy person, not the shame.
I'm not ashamed for you.
Alias H3ආVY, are they shame for Nigeria? You know why? Because we are intelligent. We are smart. Everything where we need to become a great nation, Papa God give unto us. But our case can be like the woman when they sell wrapper for market. If they come, children come, they wear rack. Now,
can you let him answer the question? Can you let him answer the question? Huh?
I'm making answer.
Okay.
Hey, what?
Excellency.
Mama the mama. Make you cool down. If I had known, I for don't end. You know, say it's time don't they up. I mean, say I did more time. If I don't say Mama they come, I for don't end this thing. Where we want to end them? This guy, baby. I'm sure I for not pass this interview.
Hey, show.
I for not pass this interview, go. Okay. Mama, make a try small. You have every right to be annoyed. You have every right to be upset. We're all upset. The country has all the potentials of being a very great nation. And it's a great nation. This country have helped South Korea to pay salary. Malaysia is thriving today. But Malaysia once came here to take our palm oil in 2021. Malaysia, despite having a population of less than 50 million, living on about 290-something thousand square kilometers of land, or about 300,000 square kilometers of land, did export about $290 billion, when our own was just about 30. So we're using 10% of what they did. That's why I said the country is not productive. It's not productive because over the years, the country has become a case where criminals have taken over. And all they do is to steal whatever it is. And they're stealing it today. That's why I've shouted that those who are stealing our oil are people in government. Those who are stealing our commonwealth are people in government. And that's why we want to stop subsidies, stop everything, and deal with it. I've said we're a failed country because we are not invested in education and everything. What I want to do, and I want Nigerians to trust me, is to stop the stealing. And that's why I give an example. Using Anambra State, nobody since this campaign started, I've challenged anybody to go to Anambra State where I served as a governor and see whether their money is missing. I've been the only governor who have served a state in Nigeria, apart from Yaradua, I left about 5 billion naira. I left 75, equivalent of 75 billion. Even if anybody wants to doubt, I left in cash $150 million, which you know the equivalent of what it is today. At 600 naira, that is 90 billion. And he had yielded some interest. And at the same time, I left in naira over 30 billion. And nobody put a gun in my head. Every other person who left office the time I left had gratuity or pension. When they brought it for me to sign, it is on record. But I told my speaker, I served the people of Anambra State by the grace of God. It wasn't my power that I came there. I came by his grace. Whatever I am today, it is by grace of God. It's not by my power. And I will never abuse God's grace. And I'm going home, and I can say it to anybody, Anambra State government have not bought me a bottle of water since I left office 9 years ago. It's there. Nobody have paid me one kobo. Every other place, they change their motto, they do anything. So that's what I want to serve. I never said I support the thieving. That's what I want to stop, and I'll stop it. What I said is that if you're not stealing, your wife and children are not stealing, those around you are not stealing, you stop it. I serve the bank. You can go and ask the bank. I have never defaulted in any loan. I have never taken their money. I was a director, chairman of Security and Exchange Commission. It's the federal government agency. You can go there and ask them every allowance, everything they paid me, whether it's housing, anything, motor, everything, I did not take it. They're here in Abuja. You can go to them. So I've remained that consistent. And I don't intend to change from it. It's even more critical now. I didn't say I will not probe or jail those who have stolen money. No. What I say and I stand by it, if you close your shop and chasing thieves, by the time you come back, you would have lost what is remaining in the shop because they will expire and you lose customer. I'm a trader. Your shop has to be open and you're getting more customers. And you make sure that you're selling the existing goods and don't spend more time in chasing thieves. Because whatever a thief is stolen, some of it they have spent, there's a likelihood you will not recover everything. I'll be very careful. What I want to stop is stop people from stealing any longer. Look at the government that came in and said they want to chase thieves. People stole more. I want to stop people from stealing any longer and then focus on tomorrow. No matter what you think Nigeria have lost, there's more that you can get for tomorrow. I'm a believer in tomorrow. Those who are consumed by yesterday and today will miss tomorrow. Tomorrow is the only dynamic thing. I want to change Nigeria by doing the right thing. Imagine if the present government have drawn the line, like I always say, and use the resources, including the borrowed resources, to invest in the future, would have been far better. In 2015, we were owing about 15 trillion. Our per capita is about 2,550. Today, we are owing 75 trillion. Our per capita is 2,000. I would have doubled that by focusing on tomorrow. I want to fix education. I want to fix health. And that is why I said I'm not going to be consumed by tomorrow. So don't close your shop and be chasing thieves. Look at it tomorrow. God did not give us eyes to look back. He gave us eyes to look front. Everything I've learned in my life, whether to drive or to bicycle, they'll tell you, look forward. And I've always looked forward. I don't look back, no matter what happens in the back. As for the person I said is my mentor, it's like now today, they say NNPC is that constructing road. NNPC is a company owned by government who is supposed to generate revenue, give the government to be shared in the 3 tiers of government. So if they have tax, they are not, while Valentine and company can go to use go for tax this thing to use it to construct road, a company owned by government cannot go the same thing and be given the same approval. They are not into road construction. So the whole thing is muddled up, and we're trying to fix it. What we want to do is to start doing the right thing. And that's what I said. If I'm here, people will stay in their wing, play their wing, be supervised to doing their wing. And if there's a problem, you deal with it. Because the country is going through too many problems and lack of clear leadership, people are doing what they're not supposed to do. So CBN is not the problem. People say, oh, God, it's actually trying to help. But it happened because the people who are supposed to play other wings are empty. It's like they've given them, they've run out of, they're not no longer in the field. So it's one playing back, forward, goalkeeper, everything. It can work. You need to get people.
Excellency.
Yes.
Excellency. My producer is already saying to me that even if Mr. Peter Obi wants to stay, you are supposed to be a professional and let this man, allow this man to rest. He's been working all day.
Without the mama question, and they look for all the way because before another one like that.